Okay, we're filming.
Oh shit, we are.
We're live.
Okay.
Hey everybody, my name is Alyssa and this is Britton. In case you are new to our channel, here we talk about comics, our reviews on comics and the comics that we get every single week. So right now in today's video we are talking about what we got for the week, and then we're also doing some reviews on some series that we finished.
Yay!
Alrighty.
Reviews!
Yeah. So Britton, if you want to go ahead and tell everyone what we got for this week. It was a lot of comics.
Yeah. Like, I probably won't be able to lift this and hold everything at the same time. It's going to be really difficult.
Just lift the table here, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I lift the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots.
Okay. You want to hold the big one, though? The big
Okay.
thingy. Alright. We start out with Power Cube number 4. Captain Marvel number 1. Batman Europa number 3. Poison Ivy number 1. Cycle of Life and Death. Red Wolf number 2. Miss Marvel number 3. Mighty Thor number 3. Injustice Gods Among Us Year 5 number 1. Harley Quinn number 24. All of the Batman and Robin Eternals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Star Wars Princess Leia. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Red Wolf number 1. Another one. Deathstroke number 9. Stop. Eesh. Empire number 1 from Image Comics. And then we got Insufferable number 1. Incorruptible, excuse me, number 1. Irredeemable number 1. We got some Archie comics. 1, 4, and 5. Apparently 2 and 3 are really hard to come by. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1. Legion of Superheroes number 1. Daredevil. It's the autobiography of Daredevil. Number 18. Hulk number 1. Avengers, The Enemy Within number 1. All New, All Different Avengers number 2 and number 3. The Avengers, Heroes Return, Brave Old World, number 2. The Avengers from 1996, number 1. Cowboy Ninja Viking, number 2 and number 3. Ghost Rider, number 15, from 1991. Now, the reason we got this is because it actually closed the white part of Ghost Rider's flame on his head actually glows in the dark, which is pretty freaking cool to me. That's like the entire reason why I got it. And again, I'm going to get this one graded, and hopefully it becomes a high grade. West Coast Avengers 1, 2, and 3. And it's back in 1986. We got these because they were the first original 3 of the West Coast Avengers. They're not super hard to come by, but I got them all for fantastic deals. Like deals that you wouldn't even think of seeing, and I'm gonna get these graded. I'm gonna get all the ones that I'm showing you graded. And have them just collectibles. X-Force number 11. This is the first appearance of Domino. If you don't know who she is, she's a really big member now of the X-Force. She's kind of like Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow. She's an expert assassin who will do almost anything to get her way. She fought Deadpool in this one, and I don't think this is a very good interpretation of her first appearance because it just seems like she's a whiny little old lady, which nowadays she's not. I'm so happy. For our last one, this huge, beautiful comic, JLA Heaven's Ladder.
So the reason why we got lots and lots this week was because we were on a mission trying to find as many comics written by as many writers and illustrators and artists that are going to be at our next Comic-Con this coming next month. So we want to like take as many as we can, that way we can get as many autographs as possible. So that's mainly why we would have never normally picked this one up, but it was written by Mark Waid. So hopefully we can get this signed. That'd be kind of cool.
Mark Waid, if you don't know who he is, has really written almost everything.
Yeah, Google him.
God.
You should already know. You should have something of his in your collection. Well, I'll start with my review first. So I recently finished the Captain Marvel Carol Corps series, and it was kind of bittersweet for me because I didn't really know until after reading the end of this that this was Kelly Sue DeConnick's last time writing these. She wrote like a little note at the end, so I was really sad about that. But anyways, about the series. So it's a good series. It just follows one story about Captain Marvel and her Carol Corps trying to take down Doom. And there's like the Thors are involved, which I don't know much about the Thors, so I'm probably not the best to review this, but I like the storyline and I thought it was pretty good. It kind of gave me an inside look of what her old friend Helen Cobb would be like if she was like younger, because I remember reading about her in the other series and I thought she was kind of cool, but she really is as badass as she seems. So overall, I really enjoyed this series. I think that, I don't know, reading some of the reviews online, I've seen a lot of mixed reviews. Some people didn't really like it, but I don't know. I feel like it was okay. The artwork wasn't like the best. It wasn't like as good as other comics. It was very like old school looking. But I didn't really mind that so much. I just care more about the storyline, and I thought it was a good storyline, other than like the Thor thing kind of threw me off because I don't really know the whole backstory of the Thors, so some of that stuff kind of confused me. But it was nice to see like appearances from people that were in her previous stories, and some of it I could kind of follow, so I'd say overall, very good. I like it. You guys should read it. So yeah.
I finished Power Cubed, which is actually a really kind of entertaining, funny comic. It's written and illustrated by Aaron Lepresi, who we actually went over to and met, and so we got the first 3 signed because the 4th one didn't come out yet. But it's about a boy named Kenny, and his dad gives him a cube which can turn matter into anything that he wants, just using that size of matter. So like the very beginning, he just changes a toaster into a car, and the car drives. It's just that big.
The cube or the car?
The car.
Okay.
Well, the cube's about that big too. It's like fits in his hand. But it turns anything that he wants, anything that he can imagine, it turns into something. Turns into it like. And then one of the other big things that he used was he actually changed the staircase into a T-Rex, which was kind of funny once you get to it, because you're like, what? Like I said, it's a very random comic, but it's a good comic nonetheless. It follows Kenny in his trouble because his dad gets kidnapped by his alien abductors. His mom's dead already, and then his girlfriend gets captured by Dr. Cruel, who is a Nazi scientist. And then he has to actually keep it away from a secret agent, Claire Covert. What he has to do is he has to save his girlfriend, keep it away from Dr. Cruel, keep it away from Claire Covert. Because they want to use it for... Well, Claire Covert just wants it so that nobody else can use it. Dr. Cruel wants to use it for Nazi purposes. Which you actually find out why, or his purpose in the last issue. But... Which is to... And Dr. Cruel wants to actually make a body for a brain of... Which is Hitler's lover, Eva Braun. He thinks that if he has Eva Braun instead of Hitler, she'll inspire him to do the great things that Hitler did. Overall, I kind of enjoyed it. It was really funny. It was just out there, like left field out there. If you like random comics, it's a good comic for you. If you don't like randomness and you like certain succession, don't read it. It'll drive you nuts. Because it happened to me a couple times. I was like, wait, what? What's happening here? Overall, artwork is great. And Lepresi's actually a really good artist as well as a writer. He just likes random things. So yeah, I give this one thumb up and half a thumb to the left because it's out there.
We also got the Princess Leia series by Mark Waid, and the reason that I got this series was actually not even because of Princess Leia. It was because it was written by Mark Waid, and he just so happens to be one of the guests at Comic-Con, or at Wizard World this next month. So I picked it up and read the series, and I was a little more pleasantly surprised than I thought I would be. It wasn't too bad. So it's kind of hard to follow if you obviously don't know of the Star Wars saga and don't know what all these planets are or characters. You're going to be like, it's going to be super hard to follow. So definitely recommend it for those who know of Star Wars and know what all this is about. So it follows Princess Leia, obviously. She feels like she kind of needs to prove herself as a royal, as a princess, to be able to carry out her duties, she feels like. So first she starts by getting as many survivors as she can from the first Death Star. And so she first goes to Naboo and gets as many as she can. She picks up some for her travels on her way to the next place, which is Solist. Yeah, Solist. While all this is happening, they have a refugee on board with them who is talking to her sister about all of their travels and all that. And her sister is actually secretly working for the Imperials. So, one sister is giving the other sister the information oh yeah, now we're here, and now we're here, and now the Imperials are like, oh, haha, we have her, we're gonna get her. So, obviously they get to catching up with each other, and, good guys always win. So, that's about it. So it was a pretty short story, but it was a good read. It kept me wanting to read more and more about it, and it was pretty easy to follow. I'm not super familiar with the Star Wars series. I mean, I've watched all the movies, but it's not like I've watched them a billion times. I've probably only watched them a couple times each, so I'm not an expert by any means, but it was pretty easy to follow. Artwork was really good, and storyline was really good, so overall I think that this is a very good comic series, and if you're into Star Wars and all that fun stuff, Princess Leia, then you should definitely read this. That's about it for our video this week, guys. Make sure you watch next week and see all the comics that we got for next week.
We get to meet, Saturday we get to meet Brian Posen, who is a comedian and actor. He's been in a few movies. The one that I remember him from the most is The Devil's Rejects. Just because it's The Devil's Rejects and I like horror movies. Can't wait to go meet him because he wrote 50 of the Deadpool comics. So, in which we happen to have a few. So why not get them signed?
You guys might get to see that.
And if y'all want, tell us your favorite writers of the comics. Like, I'm actually liking Mark Waid more and more as well. Not actually just collecting his stuff from this, but his stuff's just really nice to read. It's just different overall. He does his own thing. He doesn't follow He doesn't follow stories of everybody else. He's just like, I'm gonna write this, and it's going to be amazing. So tell us your favorite writers.
Yeah. Also, as always, if you've read any of these comics or even in any of these ones that we just finished, make sure you leave that also in the comments below. Tell us what you guys thought about them, if you guys liked them or not. It's okay to disagree. But other than that, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So make sure you leave a comment, make sure you like this video, and I say that because I don't want you guys to think that we're just like fishing for likes. We want to know if you guys actually like seeing this, or if you'd rather see something else. Please let us know. And also, subscribe.
Of course.
So yeah, that's about it. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.